Everybody, let me talk in this video how you could make counter and also work with SeekBar, because we need next to work with media player. So to do a counter, first of thing, let me just create simple layout from number of line. So I want to display the counter and label here in my layout, should be here, and this one, yes. And also I want, so it seems then they are on the top, so let me make them in the down. So yes, here is the SeekBar, here is the text view. If you see the text size, if you say let me make it 42, maybe bigger will be good. And this one SeekBar, just rename it SeekBar 1, and this one make it text view counter, and this button make it start counter, should be view start. Okay, and this one should be stop counter, so it should be stop, and this one be view, oh, stop should be view stop. So to get started, this text view should be just displaying the counter. For example, we'll show counter equal 1, just this way, and continue, and that in the top you will see the SeekBar value. So you could here see how much the SeekBar you want be as a maximum. So for example, I want to be a maximum will be 10. So if I progress, this means the current value. If I say the current value will be 5, that means I'm taking half of it. See, if I say current value will be 3 to 3, to be how much? If I say current value will be 9, see how much is taken. See, if I say 10 will be full. What I want to do now, I want to make counters going from 1 to 10. I just don't want to do this change in the design. I want to make them in the code to help you understand more. So now you understand how you did this change in the design. So let me just do this change in the code. So just making sure everything is right. So this SeekBar, what the name it, let me remove the max value and let me name it SeekBar 1. Okay, that's great. Now I want to do counter. If I go here, counter, you need to count something. Something is starting and continuing and for down or up. So you need something working for continuing. So I need to do thread. Thread, something work in background. You know about them in Java. So I name it my thread. Maybe it extend thread. Okay, this is the thread class. If I click control, I went to thread class. I look for run. There is method for run. If I look for it, this method will executing the code for thread will be executing the run. Though I just make sure, where is it? I don't know where is it. Yeah, here is it. Here is the run. Here is the method that we have to implement. So we have to override. This method will have our code. So all our code will execute in this method. So whenever I want to start the counter, I just run something here. What I want to do, I want to have a counter. So the counter will continue running. So it have while something continuing. But I want to stop it or make it run. So just I say I have it. Let me give it is running. By default it's false, it's not running. So here I give it a true, give it this one. So if it's running, it will continue on. If it's false, it will not running. So while it's running, I want to update the value inside the SeekBar. So first of all, I want to access to the SeekBar. So I will say, okay, I have SeekBar to be SeekBar 1. And I want to access to this SeekBar from the code. I will say SeekBar 1 dot, no, SeekBar will be, then I say find the view by ID please that r dot id dot the name of the SeekBar. Okay, I just access into the SeekBar. Now I want to update the value of the SeekBar. First of thing, I have to set how much the max value, how much the maximum, I will set max, how much the max value of this for the SeekBar be. You show how we could set it from the design. I could set it from the code. Let me say 100 as a maximum. So my counter as a max will be 100. So if I have 100, I could do integer max counter here. I will say okay, while continuing, so I say if the counter, I have to create counter now, so I will say okay, integer counter app, it's crazy, equals 0. Initial value for the counter is 0. So I will say okay, if counter app less than or equal the normal maximum counter, I will increase it by 1. I'll say counter plus plus. In new language they removed counter plus plus. It's better to do counter is equal counter plus 1. It works same but until 100. I want to do sleep between one count and another, so I say okay, thread dot sleep, I would say 1000. If you see, this will not work because this one will need a try catch, just surrounded by a try catch, and you will be fine. So now some thread working in background, this thread will run, continue running if it's true, so if it's the new value for it. Now I want, this is the most interesting part, I want to set value from the thread. Right now this is a thread, so you cannot access any UI inside the thread. If you want to access UI inside the thread, you have to do some hard working. So there is different way to do that. So one of simplest way to do working with run on UI3. So sorry, run on UI thread. So to do the point for run on UI thread, just you have to say okay, I want to add code here call UI. I would give it runnable, so I will say okay, new runnable, and here you go. Any code I will add it here could access to the UI. So let me do this one, SeekBar dot progress or set progress. I give it the counter value. So just to make you understand, you cannot take this code and add it outside your run UI. This will not work because you cannot access to the UI inside the thread. So to do this operation, you have to write this code, run on UI thread, and anything you wanted to access to UI, we have to write it inside here. So yes, now I have counter. So now I think everything is good for my counter. So let me run it and stop the counter. So to run it, I have to go here. This is for run, so I have to have button. So let me go to the button for run, view start to creating. This is for start. I would say okay, just running the thread. I would say my thread, a new instance from not stop the thread. This is, they remove it for new version Java 1.8, but we added is running, so you just change it is running equal false. So make sure before you start the thread you give is running equal true. Okay, and also make sure if you want to change it to 0, the counter, like change it to 0, you could set it to 0 here, or you want to continue. Let just me show what's happened. Now this is the counter. If I click start, see the counter will continue here. See the SeekBar, but I did not update the counter. I have also updated this one UI. So yes, now it's working here. If I want to stop it, I could stop it. If I rerun it again, it will continue to the app. So one thing missing, I need to update this counter value also. So yes, I have to go back. This UI, it is counter. So what the name of it is text view counter. So I have to do it, access to it in the code. So I say okay, I have text view, name it text view counter. I want to access to this text view through the code. So I say okay, find view by ID please, r.id.textView counter. Now I could set it. So I will say okay, where I could set, I cannot add it outside UI. I have to set it inside the run on UI thread. I will say okay, dot set text. I will say okay, counter space plus the counter app value. This will work. Now that's great. Now I think everything is good. Here you go. Here click. See the counter is done, is working, and the SeekBar also is working. Yeah, so when you want to stop it, stop it. When you try to run it again, rerun it again. He should, when be 100, he will be stopping. So yes, now I in this video I want to show you how you could work with a thread, and also I want to show you the thread cannot access to UI unless you add run on UI thread, because you will use it, we will use it a lot when we go forward. Thank you for watching, and see you next.